Late summer, 1944. An airfield in Normandy, France. Dawn light filters through scattered clouds, casting long shadows across the pierced steel planking runway. The air carries the sharp temps of aviation fuel mixed with the earthy scent of freshly turned soil from nearby fields. One by one, the massive Republic P-47 Thunderbolts taxi forward. Their 18-cylinder Pratt & Whitney radial engines coughing to life in a deepening chorus. Propellers bite the air, raising whirlwinds of dust. Then the first lifts off, followed swiftly by another, and another 10 at a time. Thundering skyward in disciplined waves, their silver fuselages gleaming, 8.50 caliber machine guns. Glinting beneath the wings, this moment marked a turning point in the skies over Europe. By mid-1944, the Allied air forces had established forward bases in liberated France, bringing their overwhelming material strength directly to the front. The P-47 Thunderbolt, affectionately known as the Jug, embodied that strength. Produced in numbers exceeding 15,600 by war's end, it represented the industrial might of a nation untouched by bombardment. Squadrons could launch dozens of sorties daily, escorting bombers deep into Germany or diving low to strafe columns of retreating Wehrmacht troops. On fields like those of the 9th Air Force, groups routinely dispatched flights of 12 or 16 aircraft, often in successive waves that appeared endless to observers on the ground. For the men of the Luftwaffe, accustomed to careful conservation of scarce machines and fuel, the sight evoked profound unease. German ground crews and pilots, whether as prisoners transported past Allied bases or through intelligence reports, confronted a reality far removed from their expectations. Early in the war, the Luftwaffe had dominated the air with agile fighters and precise tactics. By 1944, fuel shortages grounded entire Geschwader, and new aircraft arrived in trickles. Pilots husbanded every liter of aviation spirit, launching small formations only when absolutely necessary. They anticipated facing outnumbered, fuel-limited opponents, much as they had in 1940 over Britain. Instead, they witnessed waves of Thunderbolts rising effortlessly, squadron after squadron, as if drawn from an inexhaustible well. Historical records capture this contrast starkly. By the summer of 1944, United States Army Air Forces operated hundreds of P-47 groups in the European theater, flying over 500,000 sorties by war's end. One group alone, the 56th Fighter Group, claimed nearly 700 aerial victories while losing far fewer aircraft. Production lines at Republic Aviation and subsidiary plants poured out hundreds of Jugs monthly, each equipped with the rugged R2800 engine that could absorb punishing damage and return home. German interrogations of captured personnel revealed growing despair. One Luftwaffe officer, upon evaluating a captured Thunderbolt, noted its robust construction and immense firepower, 8 Browning machine guns capable of unleashing a storm of lead. Test pilot Hans Werner Lurch, flying seized examples, remarked on the aircraft's ability to sustain hits that would cripple lighter German designs. Another ace, Heinz Bohr, described the P-47 as a machine that could absorb an astounding amount of lead and had to be handled very carefully. Yet beyond individual resilience lay the sheer volume. American factories built more Thunderbolts than the Luftwaffe produced all fighter types combined in many months. The recurring roar of those radial engines became a symbol of American abundance. To German ears, strained by years of rationing and retreat, it echoed like an unending thunder wave after wave, 10 at a time, then 20, then more. Ground crews on captured airfields or in prisoner convoys stood transfixed as the sky filled, with Jugs, tools slipping from hands in momentary awe or resignation. Reports filtered back to Berlin. Allied fields brimmed with aircraft, serviced swiftly and launched relentlessly. In contrast, Luftwaffe mechanics scavenged parts from wrecks, patching fighters that might fly once more before inevitable loss. The engine's deep, resonant growl, that distinctive radial thrum, carried across the front lines a sound of plenty amid scarcity, of democracy's industrial democracy unleashing its full weight. This experience reshaped perceptions within the HE Luftwaffe hierarchy. Pilots who once viewed American fighters as inferior, bulky, slow to maneuver at low altitudes, came to respect their durability and the endless reinforcements behind them. General Adolf Galland, inspector of fighters, later reflected on the overwhelming numbers that eroded German air superiority. Captured documents and post-war testimonies revealed a shift from confidence in technical superiority to acknowledgement of defeat by attrition. The Thunderbolts' masses forced defensive postures, tying down fighters to protect dwindling resources. Ideology faltered against facts. National Socialist promises of wonder weapons could not match the reality of American assembly lines turning out thousands of proven, rugged machines. In the end, that dawn chorus over Normandy fields whispered a larger truth. The roar of radial engines, rising in relentless succession, spoke not merely of metal and fuel, but of a system's capacity to sustain freedom through abundance. Where one side counted every drop of petrol and every skilled hand, the other poured forth resources without end, ensuring the skies remained open for liberty's advance. In those waves of thunderbolts lifting 10 at a time, the war's outcome etched itself across the heavens, a testament to the enduring power of shared purpose and boundless production, carrying the promise of peace to a weary continent.